Good evening. I want to welcome everybody to the January 21st, 2019 regular meeting of the Jersey Village City Council. Madam Secretary, quorum is established.
Yes.
Very good. We'll move into item B on our agenda this evening. This is the invocation and pledge of allegiance. We'll have our prayer and pledge. Stephanie, are you doing both this evening? All right, we're going to get it all done by Stephanie Otto this evening.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Guide our hearts and our mind in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Stephanie. We'll move into item C this evening, presentations. Presentation of Police Department Employee of the Fourth Quarter and the 2018 Employee of the Year award by Stephanie Otto, Commander of the Jeremy E. Ray, American Legion Post 324.
Each quarter, the American Legion Post 324 Jersey Village Department Employee of the Quarter Selection Committee meet to review a list of candidates selected by their peers. From this, we select one employee most deserving of recognition and appreciation. This is in no way a simple task, as all employees of the department are outstanding individuals that serve a purpose greater than themselves. For the fourth quarter of 2018, the American Legion selection of Officer of the Quarter as Officer Ulysses Jimenez. Officer Jimenez has shown a high level of professionalism, dedication, and productivity. He loves his job, and his work performance shows it. We thank you for your service and dedication to this department and our community. All of these attributes work together to ensure that Jersey Village Police Department works smoothly and provides our residents peace of mind and makes Jersey Village a destination community. We would also like to recognize the other nominations for the quarter. Please stand to be recognized if you're here. Officer Bryant and Officer Holly. Thank you for your dedication and hard work to our community. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
One more. G, got it. Got it. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Okay, one more. Okay, this is for the Employee of the Year. Throughout the year, this committee receives countless nominations from within the Jersey Village Police Department, in which fellow officers highlight their peers for many reasons. Each quarter we convene and discuss each nomination and what makes an employee outstanding, All these nominations are great nominations, and it is truly humbling to read and discuss each one of them. All of the employees of the Jersey Village Police Department serve a position that comes with such weight, and our utmost respect and appreciation extended to them as a whole. Employee of the Year is a selection from the 4 Employee of the Quarters for that year. With this nomination, we consider each position served, each performance of that position, and the impact made by the employee with the department, the city, and ultimately the residents and businesses within the community. With that said, the American Legion Jersey Village Employee of the Year selection for 2018 is Officer Ulysses Jimenez. Thank you for all you do for the department and our city. And this one's on the bottom. You want me to take Thank you.
Mayor, councilors, citizens, tonight I'm here to present the award for the December 2018 Employee of the Month who was unable to be here last month. And I'm honored to say that Officer Jimmy Hawley was our December 2018 Employee of the Month. In the month of December, Officer Hawley befriended a homeless person. During his contact with that person, Officer Hawley found out that he was having a rough time finding work, finding housing, and just generally having a tough time. Over that month, Officer Hawley raised over $1,000 by creating a GoFundMe account and found housing for a 1-week period. Also, Officer Hawley contacted 3 local businesses who interviewed the man for possible work. Officer Hawley, just in these examples alone, is going to transport the man to the interviews himself. In these examples alone, it exemplifies what our police department does for the community outreach, how many people he has helped, and this is just one more case of him going above and beyond and extending a helping hand to others. So it's my honor to present Officer Hawley with the December 2018 Employee of the Month Award. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thanks again. Congratulations again to Officer Hawley and Jimenez. Thank you very much for everything that you do. That'll actually move us into citizen comments this evening. Citizens who signed a card and wish to speak to the City Council will be heard at this time in compliance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Unless the subject matter of the comment is on the agenda, the city staff and city council members are prevented from discussing the subject and may respond only with statements of factual information or existing policy. Citizens are limited to 5 minutes for their comments to City Council. First card I have is Mr. Harold Fleichenhauer.
Thank you very much for this opportunity and this privilege. As you might remember, I was here at your last meeting and shared with you my concern regarding the ordinance prohibiting me parking my RV at my residence, especially in light of the United States Constitution. The question I have for you, Honor, is what is the status of that request? I don't know what your protocol is, so do you as a council review that, or do you forward that to another entity?
Unfortunately, I can't answer that, and because of the Texas Open Meetings Act, we can only respond to issues that are on the agenda, and at that time, we can only respond with issues of fact. However, if you want to, we can definitely offline this conversation after the meeting.
Okay. It's from the information that I have, it's a very easy solution, because all I need, the ordinance is good as it stands, but all I need from Jersey Village is a notation indicating that you will not apply that ordinance to me as long as I am alive or I have an RV. And as you know, I'm not going to stay living too much longer. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Nancy Yetter.
How are y'all tonight? I was walking in thinking, do I want to fill out a thing? Do I want to talk? I'm tired of talking. I really am. Sadly, I don't really think it does a whole lot of good. But things on my mind tonight, I want the 12% for the rest of the homestead exemption. Shame on me for not knowing about it a long time ago. I've lived here 26 years. I have roughly calculated, about $7,000 over 26 years that, believe me, I can spend in need, not even just want, need in different ways. That's kind of the top thing on my mind. Where'd the sandbox go at the park? It's gone, but I'm sure something wonderful's coming instead. Flooding, I don't know, it's just tiring. So, feel sorry for us or something, I don't know. You talked in the budget meeting last week or Monday about conservative spending. I don't really think any of it's considered conservative as long as we only have 8% of our homestead exemption. So, thank you.
Mayor Lee Beasley.
Good evening. I'm Marilee Beasley. I live at 14910 Lakeview Drive. I have lived in Jersey Village for over 30 years. I feel just like Nancy Yetter. I get up here month after month. I watch my friends and neighbors get up here month after month, and it seems like you guys all just sit there and you don't care what we say to you because you're going to do whatever you want to do. You're going to raise our taxes. In my opinion, you're not going to. Well, I'm just telling you what I have observed. Now, I am from a military family, and I don't appreciate the fact that it appears to me that we have things that are not right in Jersey Village. My relatives did not go to war, World War II and whatever else, so that all this silliness could go on in Jersey Village. I believe I have evidence that there's voter fraud. All right, now, also, I want to just tell you that last month when I left this meeting, there was a truck that was right on my bumper, honking its horn like crazy. I don't know who did it. I emailed Austin Bless about it. I did not file a police report. The guy, whoever it was, turned around, sped up down the street, went the other way. I was tempted to go chase him. And then I thought, nah, I'm busy, forget it. And the police chief knows that I'm a serious citizen because a man was masturbating in the parking lot of Kroger. I believe it was in March. And the man was masturbating in front of me. I am a nurse, and he was in full glory. I know he was circumcised. So what I did was I yelled out.
Marilee, we have children present. Please keep your comments above board.
Excuse
Thank
me.
you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where are the children? Well, anyway. Okay, so because I chased after this man, because I said what he was doing in the parking lot, I was yelling out his license plate. I was doing what I could. I went chasing after him. I wrote a statement, and it was turned in to the police chief. And because of my efforts, the gentleman was arrested that day, okay? So I want you to understand that I do not intend to go get a dog. I do not intend to get a gun. I use a Bible. I believe in the Bible. I believe in the moral things of God, okay? So I also want to say that I feel like we do not have free speech in Jersey Village. The day when you all had your meeting where you sat up here and you said, oh, we're going to approve the purchase of Jersey Crossing, it just so happened not one of us could say a word. So I feel like we don't have free speech in Jersey Village. There was no opportunity for citizen comments that night. I'm very disappointed in the Community Impact newspaper because it seems like there's just glowing reports of all the wonderful things that are happening in Jersey Village. There's no business plan for the golf course. The business plan that was sent to me recently from Jason was, in my opinion, I referred him to Isabel Cato. I said, please get with her and get an appropriate business plan. I also want to know what James Singleton was doing on that day when he was not wearing his seatbelt. What was he doing when he was not wearing his seatbelt? So I just want to conclude that it's very disappointing. I understand, I don't know if it's true, that Andrew Mitchum has suggested that maybe the city of Jersey Village, they should invoke eminent domain and have access to the lake. And I want you to understand that it was very expensive for us to move to the lake. So please, Andrew, I don't know if it's true or not, I'm just telling you, that's my understanding. So please, Greg, Papa does not know best, and I can't believe that you are still 12 years on city council. Bobby Moran, I'm not very happy with you because you got my email without my permission, I'm pretty sure. So please, and Gary, I'm not real thrilled that you called my husband or talked to my husband, wanted him I guess you wanted him to tell me, not to tell everybody at the golf course that they lost $600,000 last year and $3,400,000 over 10 years, which were the numbers that my husband came up with when he studied the numbers, okay? Now, I know I'm upset tonight because it seems like the citizens come up here, we tell you what we want, we tell you what we think should happen, and frankly...
Apparently, it's time.
Thank you.
Mark Malloy.
Hi, my name's Mark Malloy. I live at 7803 Hamilton Circle. I'm a past city council member for the city of Jersey Village. Please make my verbal comments a permanent record of the meeting. And I'm here tonight to talk about the homestead exemption, and I'm basically asking the city government, basically the citizens are only getting 8% of the 20% the state of Texas allows the homeowners that have filed a homestead exemption with the Harris County Appraisal District. So they're only getting 8% of the 20. The city government had a workshop meeting this past Monday. The mayor asked the city council members about when they should have the next workshop meeting and asked them if they wanted one be held in February. And Council Member Rubenhorst suggested to have the next meeting in March instead of February. And basically my question is why are you pushing the discussion to March? The taxpayers need more discussion by their city government to find out if they are going to get the additional 12% exemption to allow them to get the full 20% that the state allows them to, be able to have. So anyway, that's basically all I'm here for tonight, and appreciate you taking the time to listen to my comments.
Don Eubanks.
Good evening. I'm Dawn Eubanks, and I live on Wall Street. I'm here tonight to tell you how wonderful it is living in Jersey Village. I've been here for almost 8 years now, but I've known Jersey Village for close to 30 because my brother and his wife lived here too. Last Thursday, Jersey Village lost a long-time citizen, Mr. Thomas Davis, who lived on Jersey Drive, died Thursday around noon. I had the privilege of being his nurse for the last couple of years. But last Wednesday night, when he was asleep and the hospice nurse was there, and we had a hospital bed delivered to the living room, and we were trying to figure out how to get this man who was basically comatose from his bed in his bedroom to the hospital bed in the living room. And had two nurses and his son and his daughter there, and I said, why don't we just call the fire department? Son said, you can't call the fire department for that. And I said, hide and watch. I picked up the phone, I called the fire department. Rob was on duty. He said, sure. Within 5 minutes, there were 20 fire department personnel in the living room there to help get Mr. Davis from his bed in his bedroom to the living room. Nowhere but in Jersey Village would that happen. It just so happened that was a night there was a lot going on at the fire station, so there were a lot of people there. Normally, Chief just told me that's a 3 or 4 person call. 20 people showed up. Mr. Davis got comfortably and safely moved from his bed to the hospital bed, where he died about 18 hours later. But that could only happen in Jersey Village. Our police department, I can't forget our police department. They're wonderful. It is so nice to be able to drive down the streets of Jersey Village, and when you see a police officer not get your heart palpitating, to be able to wave, and they wave back. And to know I feel safe. If I call the police, somebody's going to come real quick. Nowhere but in Jersey Village do these kind of things happen. And I am proud to say, for one, that we have the best we can have in Jersey Village. And yeah, there's problems from time to time, but there are everywhere. If you were in the city of Houston, you'd have no input to be able to talk to city council or to walk up, or to, any of the city council members I feel comfortable walking up to and shaking my hand out and saying things I'm concerned about. And I just want to say thank you to every one of you. And in closing, the Fire Academy's going on now. Police Academy will be going on sometime in August. And anybody that hasn't attended one of those, I challenge you to do so, because you'll find out how wonderful they actually are. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. All right, that's the last citizen comment I have. We'll move right into the city manager's report. City Manager Austin, please.
Mayor and councilors, the manager's report is in front of you tonight, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right, any questions for Austin? All right, seeing none, moving to consent agenda. Does any member of council wish to move an item from the consent agenda and place into the regular agenda? See none, looking for a motion on the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and second to approve consent agenda. Do I see any other additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, and abstentions, motion carries. Item G, regular agenda. Item 1, consider resolution number 2019-03, appointing a commissioner to fill the unexpired term ending September 30th, 2019 for a position 2 on the Planning and Zoning Commission and Capital Improvements Advisory Committee. City Secretary Lori Cootie.
Yes, Mayor, this item is to appoint to the Planning and Zoning Commission as well as the Capital Improvements Advisory Committee for position 2. Jeff Butler served in that position, and he served in that position since September of 2017. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. I'm wondering if we're supposed to be doing number 2 or 6. Just a minute. Yes, sir, I'm sorry. It is number 2. I have an error in my background information. So it is for position 2 in the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Capital Improvements Advisory Committee. And you did have the applications of those residents that are interested in the position in your meeting packet.
Okay, thank you, Laura. We have a resignation on the Planning and Zoning Commission, position 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 applications. Opening up for discussion, recommendations, and nominations for position 2 of the Planning and Zoning Committee.
I'd like to thank Jeff Butler for his service and nominate Jennifer McCrae for this position.
I tend to agree with that recommendation.
Does she serve on any other boards or commissions at the time?
She does not. She's been a multiple applicant. We've passed her over several times. I'd like to apply her to this one.
Okay. I served with her on CPAC before.
Yeah, and I think that's really a beneficial thing. She has experience in how the comprehensive plan was developed. We've got a lot of activity happening here in the next couple of months where I think that experience with the development of the comprehensive plan and as we move into an update, I think having someone on planning and zoning with that experience would be very helpful.
No, wasn't a full nomination. Any other nominations? All right, the only nomination I've heard is Jennifer McCrae. Unless I hear anything to the contrary, I'm looking for a motion for resolution number 2019-03 with Jennifer McCrae as the applicant, or excuse me, the nominee.
I'll move to approve resolution number 2019-03 to appoint Jennifer McCrae to the open position.
Second.
There's been a motion, second. Any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed and abstentions, motion carries. Item 2, consider ordinance number 2019-02, amending the asset forfeiture fund fund budget of the city for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2018, ending September 30th, 2019, and authorizing the purchase of upgraded cell phone extractor software for use by the police department. Chief Eric Forrester.
Mayor, Council, bring before you a request for $1,200 from the seizure fund for a cell phone extraction software that we use to obtain information from cell phones by search warrant. The old plan went away. This is the lowest level plan that we can get for this company. That we really do enjoy the work that's done through them. So we asked for the $1,200 from expenditure from the seizure fund.
All right, any questions for Chief? All right, seeing none, looking for a motion on the ordinance.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 2019-02.
Second.
There has been a motion and seconds. Or any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item 3, consider resolution number 2019-04, authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract for FMA program, Home Elevation Grant Administration and Project Management Services with Jeffrey S. Ward and Associates Incorporated. City Manager Austin, please.
Mayor and councilors, as part of the home elevation grant funds, we had included in their grant funds to pay for a third-party grant administrator. As we're anticipating final award notification on the grant soon, we've gone out to RFQ for the grant administration. We received one qualified proposal, which was from JSW and Associates, Inc. They have clearly demonstrated their expertise and ability to manage all aspects of the grant. In the packet here, we list out everything that they will be doing for us as grant administration and the per parcel project costs. Based upon the grant funding for this portion of the project and the extensive work this outside company will do, it seems available use of funds to use this company. So we would not enter into the contract until the grant's officially been awarded. The grant amount is for $3.3 million. Our cost share is $276,000 for a total project cost of $3.36 million. And this cost is expected to be $242,280.
Okay, any questions for Austin?
Austin, this expenditure is expenditure from the proposed grant money, is that correct?
Correct.
And it's a line item within that grant that's identified at the grant application and approved through the grant process?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions? All right, looking for a motion on the resolution.
Move that we approve resolution 2019-04.
Second.
There's been a motion, seconds, or any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item 4, consider resolution number 2019-05, authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with CDBG DR Grant Administration with Public Management Incorporated. Austin, please.
Mayor and councilors, as part of the CDBG DR Grant Funds Administration costs, we also included the the grants to pay for the third-party grant administrator. This grant, as a reminder, will be used for the city's matching cost of the Wall Street and Burn project. So as part of that grant, there's extra grants funds we could use for the grant administration as well. Once again, we list out all the duties that the grant administration will do and the services for the infrastructure project, all the environmental reviews and services they'll provide us as well. We received 4 responses back from RFQ. We had a team of 4 people review the responses and rate them against the scoring matrix. The proposal from Public Management, Inc. was ranked the highest. In their response, they demonstrated they have the experience to handle our project and the bandwidth to complete it as well. So based upon the grant funding for this portion of the Wall Street Burn project and the extensive work this outside company will do, it does seem like available use of grant funds to utilize this company. Once again, we'll be waiting for the final grant award before we move forward with this. So it's recommended that the council approve resolution 2019-05 authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Public Management, Inc.
Any questions for Austin? Seeing none, looking for a motion on the resolution.
I move we approve resolution number 2019-05.
Second.
A motion, seconds, or any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, opposed, and abstentions, motion carries. And that will bring us to our conclusion. Mayor and council comments, starting with Councilman Gary Wubenhorst.
I have no comments.
I apologize for missing Monday night's budget meeting. My wife's surgery went well. I did review all the material and talked with a council member about it, and some of the comments were made, and really appreciate all the work that Austin did to get ready for that meeting. It's a lot of good and healthy information. Don, I'm sorry for your loss. I do agree Mr. Davies was a true hero to Jersey Village and vital in its history and a appreciate the fire department taking care of that.
Nothing for me.
Nothing.
No comments.
I have no comments as well. Thank you, everybody, for your attendance. Meeting adjourned.